Good afternoon, everyone. Sharice Jervis Hill here from Events to Remember with our Coffee with Cher session. I'm so happy to welcome my bud, Jann Mirchandani of Westchester Marketing Cafe. Jann is someone that I love, and I'm so happy to share her with you guys today. So Jann, welcome to Coffee with Cher.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So for those of you that have never seen Coffee with Cher, it's a kind of a coffee chat. I like to bring on local entrepreneurs just to kind of share their journey for new business owners or people that have been in business for a while and just kind of, need some encouragement. And happy to have Jann with us here today. So Jann, let's do a little coffee. You got your little coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking. All right, so a little cheers, All right, so let's get started. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Westchester Marketing Cafe.
So we do digital marketing for small businesses and nonprofits. So that's everything from website design and development, which is really sort of our wheelhouse, to email marketing, and we even started doing some website hosting recently. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. We really I take a lot of pride in putting our clients in the driver's seat, so they really understand what they're doing with their digital platforms and how to grow their organizations.
Yeah, I mean, it's you are really incredible at what you do. You built our website, you host our website, you're so accommodating when, it's like, Jann, we need blah, 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 blah. So thank you for that. I'm sure, you've been in business for a long time. How many years, Jann, have you been in business now?
23 years. I know. It's
wow.
crazy.
Wow. 23
Yeah.
years. So I'm sure you've seen so many changes just in the digital environment, right? It's like, I think about just the past 2 years, all of the changes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's honestly, that's really what makes it interesting for me, is that it is always changing. Anytime I'm working on a new site, I'm like, okay, well, how I did that, I might have done whatever little, fun little element that we're building into a website. I'm like, totally different than how I would have done it even a year ago.
Yeah.
So, it keeps me on my toes, which is great. It also makes it accessible for our clients. It doesn't have to be really complicated. I kind of joke with clients. I say, we do the hard work to make it easy. And so it can be easy, as long as you're kind of putting the thought into it. So it's been a heck of a ride, and I'm looking forward to, the future and seeing what else is going to be new.
Awesome. All right. So Jann, the digital space is very crowded. And you've been in business for so long, so you're definitely doing a lot of good things right. How do you set yourself apart from your competition? And especially too, I would guess that a lot of your competition are men, that digital space. Correct me if I'm wrong. So tell me, just how do you set yourself apart from your competition?
I think I set myself apart, number one, by just being myself. I think that's, any business owner can really stand out by just being genuine and being, who they are. But I think just in terms of the business itself, my sweet spot is really the overlap between the marketing and the technology. I kind of grew up, I like to say, in marketing back, when I was in the corporate world. And over the years, really, learned so much about the technology. So, it's having that understanding of how to communicate effectively for business owners, but then also how do you build it out in a way that's going to be manageable for clients to continue to do what they need to do. I mean, that the website, for me, it's everything, of course, because that's what I do. But for them, that's just a small piece of what they're doing. So it has to be easy for them. So, and wearing that hat and really kind of putting myself in clients' shoes and how they're going to maintain and sustain, I think really sets us apart from the competition.
Yeah, and it's empowering, empowering your clients to be able to kind of go in and make those updates and
100%.
You're
100%,
really,
yeah,
you're really great at that. So I mean, 23 years, really long time to be in business. I'm sure that you are constantly updating your service offerings. I mean, I think of myself, I've been in business for 17 years, and every year we kind of look at, what service offerings we're offering, what adjustments we want to make, what new services we want to offer to our clients. So anything new that you're working on that, or you've implemented, that new product for Westchester Marketing Cafe that you're offering clients?
The hosting is something that's pretty new for us, actually. I had, folks telling me for the longest time, why aren't you hosting? Why aren't you hosting? I'm like, oh, I don't want to get into that, finally I found something that really worked. It works for me. I always test I'm my best and first guinea pig for anything that I try out that's new. And I found a platform that I really like. It works for our clients. And I've had clients that were asking, they don't want to have to worry about, is everything getting updated? They don't want to have to worry about the technological back end. And so, knowing that I can provide that service and sort of put their minds at ease, they don't have to think about it. It's taken care of. And then to your point, if they do have a question, I got a text from a client this morning, there's something weird happened with an email. Can you take a look at it? They don't have to worry about that. They know that they can pick up the phone and call me and talk to me. And to your point, about being empowered, it's a partnership. So that's really gratifying to be able to offer that service for clients that's new. And I guess the other thing is just sort of a lot of detective work. I got to get one of those Sherlock Holmes hats. And just kind of figuring out for clients when there is an issue, whether we're hosting or not, what's happening, and then trying to explain to them, okay, this is what's happened, this is how we're going to fix it, and then so that they can go about their business.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. It's hosting is, another thing where it's like, something else as a business owner that you just don't want to deal with. So I'm sure it's a pleasure for clients to say, here,
yeah, and they do. I still, even with clients that we're not hosting for, I'll get clients, I'm getting an invoice for something. What is this for? And, that's not, I just email them like, okay, your domain registration versus your hosting versus your email hosting. And, just kind of making sure that they understand and they're comfortable that they're paying for what they need and not more. Mm-hmm. And so it's, it's great. I've been very lucky to have a great group of clients that I get to work with.
Awesome. So to wrap things up, I like to always leave a tidbit of information for someone who is considering starting a new business, or someone who might have a business that's, going through a rough time. So what advice would you give to a new entrepreneur or someone who's been in business for a while and, might be having kind of a hard time? Any advice, any recommendations, anything you'd like to leave?
Oh, there's so much. We have such a limited time. But I guess, just in my world, I'll stick to my area of expertise specifically. But, as you're thinking about how to market yourself and what to put on your website and how to, put your website together, I think my best advice would be, really think about who are you communicating with? Who are you selling to? And not as a monolith, but, individuals. There might be different groups of clients that you're working with. What are they looking for? And you can start that relationship by answering questions and really putting yourself in their shoes as you're putting together content for your website. And that goes a long way towards sort of developing that interest for them, so that they're going to pick up the phone. Even if somebody refers you to them, they're going to check out your website before they pick up the phone. So make sure that it's communicating what they're looking for.
Awesome. All right. So Jann, where can everyone find you?
We are at westchestermarketingcafe.com. You can check out previous projects. There's lots of great tidbits for best practices for marketing and website design and development. So you can certainly take a peek at that. And they can reach me directly at Jann, Jann, at westchestermarketingcafe.com.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Jann, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to see you soon.
Absolutely. All right. Be well.
Okay. Take care.